so many people who go around devoting their entire life to complaining about taxes. Are they really happy? I want you to be happy. I want you to have a rich life. And so I don't want you to get bogged down by people who don't know the definition of cheat, don't know the definition of what a tax cheat means. If you are taking legal steps to keep more of your own money, there's nothing wrong with that. I've been talking a lot more about perception recently because I think it's important that you feel comfortable going out and living the nomad capitalist lifestyle. I had a young guy come to me recently. He wanted some help from myself and our team, but he had one concern. His concern was that he was going around on our YouTube channel and other various forums, and he liked the idea of go where you're treated best. He'd built a successful business and he wanted to go and live offshore and keep a lot more of his own money. But what he saw bandied about in the media were two words that made him feel a little concerned. Those two words were tax cheat. Now here's the thing that I've been telling you a lot recently, because I think it's important. I learned from a very early age that you really can't care what other people think about you, but you have to do the right thing. That's how I was raised. It's a very Midwestern kind of US mindset, very waspy thing, not doing the right thing, that can be anywhere, but this, beating it over the head, do the right thing, that's how I was raised. But also to realize that if you're doing the right thing and you're doing what you believe in and you're doing what's right for you and not hurting anybody, that you can't really care what people think, especially if those other people aren't really that educated. So let's talk about this guy's concerns. What is a tax cheat? Tax cheat is someone who doesn't pay their taxes. We talk in some of our videos about the fact that if you are going to live in the United States, or you're going to live in Australia, or you're going to live in Canada, or whatever high tax country, you're going to live there and use the services and you're going to be there full time. There may, in some circumstances, be ways to obtain some tax reduction, either domestically or internationally. But you're not going to get to go to zero running your entire business offshore while you sit in New York City. It's just not really going to happen for the average person. And so if you do that, and you do as some folks in the news have been caught doing recently, where you open up some company, in Belize, or in Cyprus or wherever, and you hide your money there and you don't declare tax when you're supposed to, then you are a tax cheat. That's not what we talk about. The tax cheat and the nomad capitalist are entirely different, because nomad capitalist is all about the way the world works in the 21st century. Not only should you not be a cheat, not only should you follow the law, and I encourage that, and I've been called the goody two-shoes of the offshore industry, and I'll take that because, again, those are the values that I grew up with, is if there's a law, follow it. And if there's a way to get around that law that works, then do that too. And so we talk here about how to legally move your business offshore, and we've done hundreds of videos on all the little nitty-gritty things you need to make sure to do that legally. We help people do that every day here in our business. But simply saying, I want to go where I'm treated best, those are the 5 magic words. Go where you're treated best. Simply saying that you want to shop around does not make you a cheat. Let me give you an example. You can debate the morality of someone who wants to have multiple sexual partners, someone who wants to sleep around, okay? Now, we can all have a bit of a different moral code, but I think we would generally agree that if someone is upfront and honest about what they're doing, that person's not a cheater. They may be any number of other judgmental terms you want to call them, but they're not a cheater. That's a different situation, the person who sleeps around, than the person who gets into a committed relationship, says, baby, you're the only one for me. Or they get married and take wedding vows, and then goes out and sleeps around and cheats on their partner. That person is a cheater because they said one thing and then went and did another. The person who is just doing whatever they want, it's not a cheater. You can People can have different opinions on that, but it works for that person and it works for the people that they associate with, and so be it. Now, you might argue that you don't get to set the rules with the government, and I don't disagree with you. However, the reality is, Nomad capitalist is about freedom and prosperity, and you're going to accomplish those things best by being somewhat pragmatic. Okay, simply jumping up and down and saying taxes are unfair and taxation is theft. There may be some good points in there, but it's not what's going to get you to the desired end result, which is keeping more of your own money, living a richer life, building wealth, being happy. And there may be some people who are angry that you're no longer giving them your money. I'm sure, listen, the same way that if you had a family member leeching off of you and you were giving them your money, and one day you said, you know what, I'm going to use my money for myself and I'll do charity somewhere else. I'm sure they'd be upset with you. For that same reason, the people who are no longer getting your tax dollars as a 6 or 7 figure entrepreneur are no doubt upset with you that they don't get to live in the United States, pay very little tax, if not any, and take your money to pay for all their services. But you have, in my opinion, a moral right to go out and go shopping. This idea that you are tied to one country is so antithetical to the way that the world works today that you shouldn't be allowed to go somewhere. And so if that means that you choose to go to a country where they want you so badly that they'll say, hey, no taxes for 10 years, or hey, no taxes unless you're making money here in the country, or no taxes at all. If they want people to come to their country and spend money so badly that that's their deal, that does not make you a tax cheat. That means that you are taking advantage of a fair exchange. There are countries in the world that would like you to come. They need people. They need money. They want people renting apartments. They want people dining in their restaurants. They want people helping them build their country or building their society. And they'll say, great, pay very little or pay nothing or anything like that. You're not cheating. You're following all the rules. You're leaving one place and you're leaving their rules behind legally, and you're going to a place where you are following their rules and you're going by their guidelines. The fact that the place that you're leaving is upset that someone else gives you a better deal is not your problem. The place that you're leaving should in turn also try and figure out how to give people a better deal. And so that's the world that we live in today, where governments don't want to compete. Instead of competing in a free market, they want to go out and tell countries like Andorra, you have to have an income tax because we don't like this unfair competition. They go and bully Ireland. Your corporate tax rate's not high enough. We don't like the competition. This is like, any situation in the dating world where someone who wants to sit around and let the crumbs fall on their fat belly wants to complain that other people are going to the gym and looking fit and trim and are nice, and therefore more people want to date them. This is simply the reality of how the world works. And so to the guy whom I spoke to and to anyone else out there who is afraid of what other people are talking about, you can't use that as an excuse. You can't let people who are angry that they're no longer going to get your money. You can't let people who don't understand the situation guide the decisions that you make that are right for yourself. I will always tell you to do what you believe is the right thing. We don't talk about cutting corners here. We don't talk about tricks or hacks or flim-flam or schemes. We talk about how to do it the right way, but understanding that the right way for someone else may not be the right way for you. Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson from Nomad Capitalist. I wrote this book, which you can find on Amazon, to distill a lot of the stuff we talk about in these videos and a lot of the stuff I've learned over the last decade plus traveling all around the world, teaching you about how to legally reduce your taxes, build your personal freedom, and create wealth faster. Definitely get a copy of this book if you want to learn more. Now, if you want to watch more videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel and make sure you click the notifications bell so you never miss one of our new videos with more tips on how to go where you're treated best. And if you're already a 6 or 7 figure entrepreneur and you'd like to put these strategies in place for yourself, go to nomadcapitalist.com and learn about how I can help you.